Hello again, my fellow learners. We are now here in the topic 2 of the geometry part of the mathematics branch of mathematics rather, and that is area and perimeter of the plane figures. Hope you enjoy this. So let's now have here our respective geometry lesson 2. So consider this figure that we have, and that is triangle. In a triangle that we have, it composed of three sides, namely A, B, and C, with the height represented by each. How to get the perimeter of this is we have here, we are going to take the sum of all sides. So we have here A plus B plus C. Take note that the definition of the perimeter is the sum of the sides of a given figure, of the plane figure or the polygon. So we now have here A, B, and C, that wherein the A, B, C here is the representation of the sides of a given triangle. Now, as we get the area of this, the basic formula for the triangle, how to get its area, is we have 1/2 the base, which is represented the B, and its height represented by H. So we have that. Let's try to give an example. We have the base of a triangular field is 3 times its corresponding altitude. If the cost of the fluffing the field at the rate of 15 rupee per square meter, and take note this symbol here is the currency of India, that is rupee. So per 15 rupee per square meter is 20,250 rupee. Then we are going to have to find the base and the corresponding altitude of the field. Again, the base of a triangular field is 3 times its corresponding altitude. So we now have here 3 times its corresponding altitude. Now, if the cost of ploughing the field at the rate of 15 rupee per square meter is 20,250 rupee. Find the base and the corresponding altitude of the field. So, as far as we know, the corresponding altitude B is represented by X meters. So we now have here X meters. Then its base is 3 times the altitude. So since our altitude is X, so therefore the base now is 3x meters that we have. Now, in order for us to get the area, we have here 1/2 base times the corresponding altitude, which is represented by x. So we now have the base is 3x times the height, which is the altitude. So 3x times x meters square. So therefore we have now here 3x squared all over 2 meters squared. That would be number 1. Also, when we able to cost of plowing the field at the field at 15 rupee per square meters, which is equivalent to 20,250. So therefore, we are going to have the area of a field now is 20,250 divided by 15 or over 15. So we come up now here that we have, which is 1,350 the square meters. Since the cost of plowing the field that we have is 20,250 as the cost in every 15 rupee per square meters. Since that we have 3x squared all over 2 as the given area, of the given problem, which is now equivalent to 1,350. Then again, if we are going to divide both sides by 2/3 for us to be able to remain the x here on the left side of the equation, because we're going to cancel it out. So we now have here x squared as remaining value for the left side, which is equal to 1,350 times 2 all over 3, and we come up with 900. So as far as we know that 900 is square of 30, so therefore the value of x now is 30. Since so therefore this x now, which is 30 meters, is our height, or the altitude, that we have. And 3x is equal to 3 times 30, and we have here 90 meters for the base. Hence, the altitude now is 30 meters and the base now is 90 meters. That is how we cater with the problem number 1. Next figure is we have the square. So taking this the perimeter of a square, since all the sides of a given square is a, or all sides are equal, so therefore we could say something that to get the perimeter, we will now have 4 a's that we have. So 4 times a, and for us to get the area is we have represented a squares. So square of a, or for the side given, which is a. So that is how do we cater with the problem, with the figure of a square. Let's now have an example. Find the area of a square whose perimeter is 80 meters. So in this case, we're going to let the square of the side of the square be a meters, the unknown a value, with the measurement meter. As far as we know that the perimeter of a square is 4 times the side. Since the side is a, so 4 times a is 4a meters. So we now have here 4a. Since from the given that the value of the perimeter that we have is 80, so we now have 4a is equal to 80. Then for us to be able to get the value of a, so we have to divide both sides by 4. So now we have here a is equal to 80 over 4, and that is 20. The side of the square now that we have is 20 meters. Then, as far as the objective is concerned, we are going to find out the area of a square. Now, to get the area of a square, we have a squared, and that is square of 20 meters, because the side now of a square is 20. So square now of 20 is 400. Then then we have now the measurement 40 meter square, or we have here 400 square meters. Let's proceed for the next figure, and that is rectangle. So the given figure of the rectangle is this. We have here the height represented by the h, and the width is represented by b. To get the perimeter of a rectangle, since both sides are equal, so we now have two heights, twice of the height, and then we're going to add it to the base, which is represented by b. Whatever the value of the base b, it seems the upper base that we have, so twice of b. Now, therefore, we could say that the perimeter formula is 2b plus 2h, and then if we are going to be able to get the area of the rectangle, we now have base times height. For us to further understand this kind of a figure, let's have an example. Length and breadth of a rectangular field are 23.7 meter and 14.5 meter respectively. We're going to find first barbed wire required to fence the field, area of the field. Then, if we're going to have to fence the field of a barbed wire, all we have to do is that we are going to make use of the perimeter of a field. Where in our field is in a rectangular shape. So the perimeter now of the field is twice the length and twice the length and the breadth that we have. So twice of 23.7, which is the length, and the breadth is 14.5. So we now have 76.4 as the answer, because 23.7 plus 14.5 is equivalent now to 38.2. Then 38.2 times 2 is equivalent to 76.4 meters. Okay. Now, in order for us to fence the field by the barbed wire, we required 76.4 meters of a barbed wire. And for us to be able to get the area of a certain field, which is represented by rectangular shape, so length times the breadth, and we now have 23.7 times 14.5 meters squared. So the product now is 343.65 square meters. So this is now the area of breadth.